You're staring at your laptop screen. You need to send an important email to your boss, and it is finished. It's polished. You've rewritten it like 4 times, and you have checked for grammar as well. You've adjusted the tone, and you read it again. Something still feels wrong. The email itself is not bad at all. It is the exact opposite. It is perfectly fine. But because it's yours, it feels inadequate. Your chest tightens. Tell me if this feels familiar. What if my boss think this is stupid? What if the boss or team realize I don't actually know what I'm doing? What if I'm not as capable as they think I am? And the overthink take over and you start thinking about if you get fired, how you're going to pay for rent and for your family and you can be homeless and so on, and the negative thinking never stops but it just keep on going. Somehow you hover over send. Your finger won't click because somewhere deep inside there's a voice whispering something that has followed you for years. You're not good enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough, not disciplined enough, not impressive enough. And it doesn't matter how much you achieve. You could get the promotion, finish the degree, lose the weight, build the business, receive the praise. For a moment, you feel relief, and then the voice returns. It was luck. Next time they'll see who you really are. If this feels familiar, you are not weak. You are not broken. I have felt and still sometimes feel the same way, and at least I am aware of it on where it originated and how I can deal with this, but for most people, they have no clue. You may be living with one of the most exhausting psychological patterns a human being can carry, the belief that no matter what you do, you are never enough. People who feel never good enough are often high functioning. They look responsible, driven, put together, sometimes even intimidatingly competent, but inside, they are running on fear. There's an invisible measuring stick in their mind, and no matter how far they stretch, it moves just out of reach. When they succeed, the achievement shrinks. When they fail, the failure expands. A compliment feels suspicious. Criticism feels catastrophic. It's not laziness. It's not lack of ambition. It's a nervous system that believes worth must be earned even when it is earned, over and over, every single day. No one is born believing they aren't enough. That belief is learned. Sometimes it starts in childhood. In my opinion, in majority cases, it starts in the childhood. I say that with the fact that I go through this issue myself and have been dealing with this since I was very young. Maybe love felt conditional. You were praised when you performed, corrected when you didn't. Maybe you were compared with your siblings or friends. Why can't you be more like your sister? This isn't your best. Or maybe it wasn't direct criticism. Maybe it was subtle. A parent who only noticed achievements, a teacher who only highlighted errors. The child brain is simple. If something feels wrong repeatedly, it draws a conclusion. There must be something wrong with me. That conclusion becomes a core belief, and once the brain adopts a belief, it begins collecting evidence to support it, not evidence to challenge it. That's how the pattern survives. There are 3 major psychological forces behind this pattern. 1. All or nothing thinking. You don't see progress. You see pass or fail. If it's not perfect, it's a failure. If you made one mistake, the whole thing is ruined. This cognitive distortion keeps you in a constant state of tension because perfection isn't a destination, it's a mirage. 2. The moving goalpost effect. You achieve something. For a moment, you feel relief. Then your brain says, that's expected. You should have done that. Now do more. The goalpost shifts. You don't celebrate, you escalate. This is common in perfectionism and impostor syndrome. Nothing feels like proof of worth. Everything feels like a temporary delay before exposure. 3. Hyper-focus on flaws. Your brain scans for errors the way a security system scans for threats. It's trying to protect you from rejection, but in doing so, it magnifies your imperfections. 10 compliments, 1 criticism. Guess which one stays? The criticism, because your brain believes that's the danger. Living with this belief is exhausting. You overthink texts, you replay conversations, you second-guess decisions, not because you don't care, but because starting means risking proof that you're not enough. Or you overwork, trying to outrun the fear. Relationships become complicated. You might people please, or withdraw, or struggle to accept love. Because if someone truly sees you, what if they realize you're not who they think you are? Over time, this belief can fuel anxiety, depression, burnout, and the most painful part? From the outside, people often admire you, which makes you feel even more alone. Achievement does not cure never enough. Because the problem isn't performance, it's identity. If your core belief is, I am not enough, then every success feels like borrowed time. You don't internalize wins, you rationalize them. I got lucky. They had low standards. This is why highly successful people often feel like frauds, because the external world cannot rewrite an internal narrative you never challenged. These are the signs you might struggle with this. You apologize excessively. You struggle to make decisions without reassurance. You compare yourself constantly, and perhaps most telling, even after reading this, a part of you is thinking, this doesn't apply to me. I'm just actually not good enough. That voice is the pattern speaking. Here's the irony. The people who fear they aren't good enough are often deeply conscientious. They care. They try. They improve. The belief persists, not because it's true, but because it was never examined. It was absorbed, repeated, and mistaken for fact. This is how you can breaking the pattern. This is not fixed overnight. It's rewired slowly. But here's where it begins. You need to separate the performance from worth. Your work can improve, your skills can grow, your behavior can change. Your worth is not on that list. Worth is not a performance metric. It's not a reward for achievement. It's a baseline human condition. You had it before you accomplished anything, and you still have it when you fail. This is very important. Catch the thought. Don't become it. When the voice says you're not good enough, instead of arguing immediately, pause, label it. This creates psychological distance. You are not the voice. You are the observer of the voice, and observers have power. Lower the standard on purpose. Send the email without rereading it 10 times. Post the content without editing it for hours. Your nervous system needs evidence that imperfection does not equal catastrophe. When something goes well, resist the urge to dismiss it. Instead ask, what did I do that contributed to this? Force your brain to record your role. You are retraining neural pathways. It will feel unnatural. Do it anyway. The belief, I am not good enough, usually hides something softer. I am afraid of rejection, afraid of humiliation. When you address the fear with compassion instead of criticism, the pattern softens. What if instead of asking, am I good enough, you asked, am I being honest? Am I growing? Those questions lead to progress. People who heal this pattern don't become arrogant. They become steady. They stop performing for approval. Right now, somewhere, someone is rereading a message before sending it. Someone is doubting their resume. Someone in their family or friends expressed that did not sit well with them, and they are just drowning themselves in the well of overthinking on what if, what if, what if. Someone is thinking, if I were just a little better, I'd finally feel okay. But here's what they don't realize. The finish line they're chasing doesn't exist. You were enough before the promotion, before the relationship, and you are enough in the middle of the mess, the learning, the imperfection, the uncertainty. The voice may not disappear overnight, but the next time it whispers, you're not good enough, you can answer calmly, I don't need to be perfect to be worthy.